Hello and good morning. My name is Life in Bouquet, and welcome to my third video. I am here this wonderful, beautiful morning. The sun's coming up, and you know what? I had a really tough morning. I had a bad problem today. And I feel like it's something that we should really talk about. I know that it's been more prevalent in today's day and age, but I want to try to hit on it because I'm an individual who suffers with it. I woke up this morning feeling really sad, very depressed, very early. I woke up at about 4:50, and I had a weird feeling. I just felt like I needed to get up, and I didn't have anything to do because I'm retired, but I just kind of felt sad. I felt like I was lacking purpose. I felt like my head was feeling weird, and I was just feeling out of balance, and my brain started to run and ramble and go on, and started to go on its own little down its little rabbit hole, like most of our brains do. And I thought about it. In today's message, I really want to bring to light mental health. Now, I'm sure a lot of people probably don't want to hear about that, and just try to stick with me. Please don't just hop out because you don't feel like you want to listen to it. Now, if you want to close the video, you're perfect. You can if you want, but don't just hop out because of the mental health side of things. I feel like something that we need to talk about in today's day and age is the idea behind not going to seek help, or not talking about your feelings to somebody else, to anybody else. I know right now it's very hard for people to get out there and talk to individuals because of COVID and because of other things that are going on, which are very serious. And you have to be aware for your own safety and other things like that. The world's dangerous nowadays. But one thing that we have to realize with this crisis that's going on with everyone around the world with mental health is that it is okay to have these problems, and that you are not a monster, that you're not a demon incarnate, or that you have something going on with you that is just untreatable. Understand that there are people who have the same problems just like you, just like me. I have met so many successful people in my life that deal with these issues, but they never want to talk about them because they feel as if their success, it will be taken from them if they do. And I can tell you right now that that's not true. But in some cases, people will question why you do certain things and may think that, oh, it's because of their problems. No, that needs to stop, and those things need to be done. There are things that we all deal with that that people need to really just understand, that people have to really get through their brain, but also for us individuals who deal with those things, that we have to also respect individuals' way of believing and what they may think. You have to respect it and just let it be. If they don't want to hear you out, or they don't want to feel what you're saying, oh, no, little hummingbird. Or if they don't want to feel what you're expressing, just leave it and go on. Now, the reason we're talking about mental health today is because of everything that has unfolded in my life. Like I said in previous videos, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, MDD, which is oh man, it just slipped my mind. So it's major depressive disorder. And then I've been diagnosed with panic disorder, and then a general anxiety disorder. Now, these things, they cause me to it messes with my body, it messes with my mind. I honestly feel like I have to fight my body, like almost, if anyone's a comic book nerd, it's almost like having like venom in your body. You feel like you have this other side of you, or you feel like you have to fight with those health issues and those things that go on with you. Now, when I was in the military, I went through some of the worst times of my life, going into what I believe was going to be an awesome career field, TACP, in the Air Force Tactical Air Control Party. I was going in to try to be someone who was a warfighter, someone who was just try to be a meat eater in a way, where I wanted to be tactical, but I felt like I had a higher purpose than just working behind a desk. I had told myself before I had even thought about joining the Air Force, I had told myself that I never wanted to work behind a desk. I never wanted to be like the average Joe and be like somebody who, like any other kid who wants to be ambitious, right? So I tried to, when I hurt myself, I was cross-trained into pretty much an office job because I hurt myself, and there was really no other position for me that I could do. So what ended up happening after so many years of physical therapy and being misdiagnosed for my back problem, once I was diagnosed, I ended up getting my spinal fusion in 2017. And I think in one of my previous videos, I may have said 2014, but I joined in 2014, and I got my surgery in 2017. And once I got that surgery, I went through hell. I went through psychotic episodes. I had to be admitted into the hospital. I had to, I was going through everything. My brain was going crazy. I was seeing things. I had so many medicines that I was taking, painkillers, everything, you name it. I probably had a little bit of it. And I went through 3 suicidal episodes in like 2 months, and I had to go to like a mental health hospital to pretty much deal with my mental health issues. I literally, no one admitted me, no one like forced me to go. These were things that I saw myself feel. I felt like I was going crazy, and I literally gave myself to the mental health ward to please help me. And after hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of years of treatment, I finally was able to, and now I wasn't staying inside the actual unit, but I was going to mental health for I think it was 2 to 3 times a week for 2 years. I was going, and it was for about an hour at a time. I went to, at one point, over 300 appointments in 1 year, which is why they led to my medical retirement, because I was having so many medical appointments, I pretty much couldn't even do my job at that point, because I was in and out so much that it's like you end up costing more money in the long run if they keep you like this forever. So when I went through my episodes and I went through all of my traumas and struggles, I finally realized that the only way that I could truly complete myself was to understand that family is super important. I think that God is very important, not religion so much, but God is important, and that you have to be okay with the situation that's at hand. Now, I think all of us, we tend to panic, or we tend to have issues and things like that happening, but when you suffer through mental health problems, issues seem like way worse than what they are. And I'm sure a lot of you out there can attest to it, whether it be panic attacks, anxiety, or whatever it is. You know, everyone has anxiety, and that's something that people got to understand. You have fears, like it's natural. It's natural. There was a time where there's always the analogy of the saber-toothed tiger, that the whole fight or flight thing. You don't want to fight a saber-tooth because it's got massive teeth, and it's a big beast that can kill you, right? Well, when you deal with anxiety in any sense of the form where you feel like you're threatened, that's kind of how we see ourselves. Is this situation the saber-toothed tiger, right? So going into the, I guess, a little bit deeper of the understanding of, I guess, talking about mental health, don't feel ashamed to reach out there and ask for help. There are hotlines which I've used, and I'll go through another video with y'all to pretty much walk through one of the episodes that I had, the one that I remember the most. I do remember all of them, but the one that I had that was the worst was probably the one I got, I guess you could say, the closest to actually killing myself. All of them have been there's different categories of those things, and we'll go through that, like I said, in a different video. But the help you can get from these hotlines and these things, feel free to do them. Like, don't feel ashamed. Even the random person you talk to can help you. They can help you feel like you have a purpose, or they can talk to you. They always doctors always say, and people always say, anyone who's been through it, they talk about it only takes a moment to change a mind, because in reality, if you go to take your life, whether you do anything that is immediate, you're doing it in one action. You're doing that split moment. You could change someone's life. You could stop the bullet. You could cut the rope. You could stop them from jumping or doing something to end their lives. It only takes one moment, right? So if you can think about the positives to prevent that moment from happening, that it's essentially like you fill in the moments, right? You're filling in the steps. That way you never end up getting to the moment of you wanting to take your own life. And these moments, they're so important because you have a reason and you have purpose. We all do. We really all do. But this world, because of the way we've seen it, this world has corrupted us, has taught us to believe certain things that really aren't important in the true purpose of pursuit of life and salvation and what you see. I think that a lot of people, whether you think of the next life and you're spiritual and you believe in God, or maybe you believe in energies or chakras or whatever it is, or reincarnation, remember that the bad things you do in your life can lead to you being bad energy, or you maybe coming back as a cockroach or something that's negative. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of things that need to be expressed, and there are a lot of things that people need to understand. And if we don't talk about them, then people will never really grasp it. People see mental health and they're just like, oh, everyone deals with it. Like I said, everyone deals with anxiety, but not everyone deals with bipolar disorder. Not everyone deals with major depressive disorder. You might have a general depression or like symptomatic depression, but a true major depression is not the same as just a normal, like, little depression that you might have. The depression that individuals that I feel and other people may feel, and anyone who deals with it, you can attest to it. It's like the idea of getting hit with the lack to do nothing, like, but more often than not. Like, it will happen more often than you want it to. You can be in a happy moment and still feel bad. You can wake up and someone can tell you, hey, it's going to be a brighter day, but you really feel like it's not going to be a brighter day, and it's not going to be a brighter day until you feel like it's going to be a brighter day. And then sometimes you may feel as if you're really, oh, big bug came flying by. You might feel like the world is going to end, but trust me, it's not. And this morning I can attest to it. I woke up and I felt so awful. I felt terrible. I wanted to have my back problems and things have just kept me up at night. I suffer from nightmares from the car accident after my surgery. And, it's really tough. It's really tough at times. I'm only 27 and I never sleep in, ever. I never sleep in, ever. I get up almost every single day at about 5:30. And even when I try to sleep in, it's like almost impossible. I literally cannot close my eyes to just relax. It's the only reason I go over there is to pretty much rest my back on the bed. And then most of the nights I'm tossing and turning. So you can see how chronic pain goes hand in hand with depression, right? So this happens to a lot of people. This happens to, mothers out there, maybe who just had babies, who had C-sections. You have even more hormones and things going on. So, that's the thing, is that, we have these issues with hormones. We have these issues that make us feel a certain way, and that's why there are medicines and things like that to keep us balanced out. And I do believe that some people do need to have medication, but other people, maybe you don't need it. I use medical cannabis, and that's how I cope with my mental health, through medicine. It allows me to be calm. It allows me to grasp all my thoughts. But like every other medicine, things can have side effects. I'm not pushing for anyone to take anything, but I do believe that if you go to a medical doctor and you talk to them, they're the people who we're supposed to trust, right? That's what we're taught to believe or told. We have that trust that within the medical practice field, or the people who are in the medical practice field, that they have our best intentions at hand. Obviously, in some cases, we know that that may not be, but it's really up to you what you choose to do, what you choose to believe. Do you want to believe? Do you want to have these things? But honestly, I do say that, realistically, we got to believe in, what's at hand, what's in front of us. So I do believe that you can receive help through certain medicines, and that's up to you if you want to try it. But I do believe too that you can be healed through the power of God. And I say that not like God's going to come down and heal you, but I say that in the sense that He can help you find self-love. And when you find that self-love and you learn to really appreciate yourself, you don't need other people's affirmation. You don't need their money. You don't need anything from them. You just want them to hear you out, or you just want them to be successful. You wish them the best. You don't wish malintent. You are not jealous. You're not envious. There's like I said, there's no malintent to what you have to say to this individual. Do you truly wish good upon this person? So that's what I believe God can do for you whenever you're dealing with mental health problems. Now, I do believe that every single day is a challenge, and that's one thing that is taught by God, is that every day is a constant struggle, and that you should always be happy with the little things, be happy with the small things, be appreciative to just be breathing, because there are other people who die, right? There are other people who deal with things that are maybe worse than yours, but to us, sometimes we forget about that. We forget that other people struggle with that. And that's the whole premise of this. Mental health is a whole struggle. It's a world problem. It's not just you. And that we as a people can get through this together. That I hope every day that I'm on this earth that I can help somebody with their mental health problems, to help someone, whether they be in America or across the world. I want to be able to try to reach out to those people out there who are really lost and feeling like there's no reason, there's no purpose. Or even if, like I said, in future videos when I talk about things, and I want to hear what y'all have to say as well, these problems that plague society, just the little things, I will get more in depth with, depression, more in depth with anxiety, more in depth with, different issues throughout culture, different issues for men. I hope to have people on here soon. That way we can speak about other issues that I necessarily haven't been through, but I know that there are individuals that I know have been through. And I would love to get their 2 cents on it. Now, I want people to know, to wrap this on up, that if you're feeling down and out, remember that there are people that you can call. Remember that, and I would recommend that you try to build a little sheet of, if you feel like you're down and out, who are the people that you can call to help you through your time of need. And that understand that some people there sometimes, and if you're an individual who doesn't deal with mental health and you're looking to try to find somebody who was coping with it, and you're looking to help someone with mental health problems, understand that at that time when a person is dealing with something, they just need someone to talk to. They need someone to vent to. So please understand that the world is not always about you, and that you can help other people and listen to them, and that you out there who are struggling with that mental health problem, that there are people who want to listen to you. I want to listen to you. I want to hear your problems. Comment down below if you've had issues like me. Tell me about your problems. No one knows who you are. No one's going to look your stuff up. No one's going to say negative things. They may say negative things, but even then, they don't matter. They don't matter. Even if you don't like me or you don't like what I say, you can say that I don't matter. But understand that, there are people who have your problems, and that we can all get through this together. And that all we can do is try to live the next day, and know that when the light comes, and I'm talking about the sun, that it's a new day. I think of the Michael Bublé song, It's a New Dawn, It's a New Day. It's a great song. Little hummingbird flying on by. Hey, little hummingbird. He's just hovering right over there. It's so great. I love being out here, and I love being able to share these moments with y'all. These are God's gifts and God's moments, and I hope that somebody out there takes from this video a positive message, and understand that I just want the best for you, and that I just want to try to help you, and that there are people out there who do care. So please, this morning, go out and maybe pray, meditate, do what you need to do in order to focus back in and realize that life will be okay, and that things will be fine. I hope you join me next time, and I hope that you leave a comment. Tell me about what's going on, and I will try to help you. Thank you so much. Please come out next time. Y'all have a great day.